All right, guys, we are working on our project for the t-shirt or the sticker where you have to have a cut path. The cut path around it is the tool that will cut around your graphic on the Roland printer / cutter. So this right here, I'm going to put either way, t-shirt or sticker. But I'm using Photoshop. I'm going to get rid of this background. Again, you could use Illustrator to create your graphic, but I'm going to use Photoshop first to get rid of this background. So in Photoshop here, I'm just going to click Remove Background, see what it does. And it does a pretty good job. It got rid of everything I wanted. I do see some extra stuff up here that I don't know if I liked it to be gone. So over here, it created a mask. So I'm going to come in here and edit this mask. I want my windows back. So I'm actually just going to go in and paint my windows. Get my brush that I should have, a regular old soft brush. It's a little large right now, so I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller. You'll see it show up in my screen. And I'm going to make sure I paint my white back in there. If you notice, it's kind of a discolored look. However, this is what I want on this photo. I want the old time look. Now, right here, I need to get this back because I think I'm missing part of that motor. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to see what it looks like. Make the hardness 100, and we'll see what am I missing. So it really wasn't missing anything. So I'm going to hit undo to get that back there. I'm just going to take a look around. I do like the way this looks. I don't like this. So I'm going to actually smooth that out some and then switch my color palette. Get that. So that looks good. So spot right here. I'm going to take out. And you get the idea. I'm just cleaning up the background. I don't want it all to show. And we're going to call that good. Most times, your background does pretty good with that little AI tool. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and save as or export as a PNG. I could hit quick export, but I just want to make sure it's PNG. I'm going to hit export and put this on my desktop for this purpose only. All right, from here, now we open up Illustrator. I've got my document. So first thing is I'm going to place my car into this and make it the size, a smaller size, like so. Now, eventually you're going to make this the exact size that you want it. Right now it's about 13 inches wide. So if this was a t-shirt, that's not a bad size right there, not at all. Not the 13, but my page size is 13, so I know this is going to be probably about 11 or so. But what we're going to do here, I'm going to copy it, Command-C, because I want this copied. So if I did this, hit Command-V, I've got two of them. So I'm just keeping it loaded, my Command-C, just so I could paste it later. But the one thing is I need to have an outline around this. I'm going to put this on a black shirt. So I want a little gap between here and the cut path. Now I could physically go in with my pen tool and draw this cut path by hand and make sure, I'm just going to change the color of this so you can see it, and come in and make this cut path like this. However, you can see how jagged this is. It's not perfect by all means. It's not at all. So I really would probably rarely use this unless I had to be, I don't know, if I just need a quick cut, not for a t-shirt. For example, if you're just cutting something out, that's all you needed, that's fine, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I'm going to actually take this, I've got this design here. Remember, we have it loaded in our copy, so I can always paste it at any time. So I'm going to go ahead and mess this one up some by image tracing. And right now it's set to black and white, which is default. I'm going to come in here and actually just go high fidelity photo. This might work, this might not. Depends on the background. I'm hoping it doesn't grab any background. We'll see, and it did not. So right now, this is actually a good. Now, this picture is not going to be used for the color and the actual photo itself. My Command C that I copied, I'm going to paste it, and that's what we're going to see to print. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and hit expand, and you're going to see that this becomes a bunch of shapes. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and instantly unite these. Okay, now one thing I don't like is all these little spots. So I got to get rid of those, and there's one way to do that, which will also help us out. We're going to go ahead and add a stroke. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and change the color so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm adding a stroke to this, and this is going to be our new cut. This is how thick my white border will be. Okay, so all this, I don't really care about it just yet, but I can take some of these little spikes off by hitting this button here. If I come in here and round the joint edges, I can do that. If you notice, if it was square, they spike. I can take and do either one of these. They both will cut off those little pieces. Now, I don't really care for this at the moment. All I was doing is adding a stroke to fill these holes in, and then from here, I'm going to go to Object, Expand. From here, I'm going to take my fill, and I'm expanding the stroke and the fill just like so, and then come over here to unite again. Now, I do have one speck down here I don't like, so I will go in and erase this, get rid of it. We don't need it, like that. But now I do have this expansion. It expanded. I'm going to go ahead from here. This is where I can clean my edges up, but I can do that later. I can show you what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and switch these. So now all I see is the stroke on the outside. Remember that copy that we made? I'm going to go ahead and hit Command Shift V. Apparently I moved it, but you can easily place this back right in the middle of it. So just like that. I must have moved my original before I copied it. But if you notice, now we have a white edge around it. Now if you don't like some of these little bumps, for example these little bumps here, I can come in and remove them by hitting my little minus tool and getting rid of some of these little spikes. Hit my space bar so I can walk around and just see if there's any more that I wanted to get rid of to make it a little bit smoother. I kind of like the bump there, just like that. So I kind of like this. So for here, we have everything for the most part what we need. We have the stroke. However, the stroke, if you remember from class, we needed to have this 0.25 on the stroke size. So this line on the outside is 0.25. I need to go ahead and click on this, and then right here, again, this could be any color. The main thing is I need to double click on it, and then I want to go change this spot color, and we need to name it cut with a capital C, contour without a space. So no space here, capital C, just like that. Hit OK. Should put a little dot on it. So if you notice, there's a little dot here. If I hover, it should tell us what color it is. If not, just click on it and then hover, and it says cut contour. That's what we really need. So on this will print, and then the machine will come back and cut on this line. Okay, so that's kind of how you do the sticker and you do the t-shirt with the graphic. Now, for type, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to type in Bel Air because this is what this is. I'm going to change my font to something cool. And some of you guys might do this, might do something else. But let's say I want this also cut out. And I'm going to get this cherry apple red. just like so. Now let's say I want this cut out. Again, it's on black shirt. I do not want to have any white around it, so I technically need to create this little cut line inside of this a little bit, or I can make this larger and then so I'm going to do what I just said. I'm going to make the color larger and just kind of watch. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to go ahead and copy this like we did before. I'm going to go ahead and go Object. Actually, this is still Type, so I'm going to go Type, Create Outlines. So I'm going to copy this now. Command C, copy. From here, I'm going to go ahead and add a stroke. I'm just doing exactly what we did before. We're creating a boundary of color. So right now we have the fill and the stroke. I want this all to be merged. So right now I cannot do that. It will not work. That's the Unite button. I need to go ahead and Object expand this, just like we did with the car, and then do that. From here, if you remember, we're going to switch this. So now it's just the stroke only. I want to go ahead and put this 0.25. Actually, I lied. I'm doing the wrong one. So I'm just undoing until I get the color. So I have the color. I'm going to go ahead and do cherry apple red like I had before. Now I'm going to paste my old one. Command V. Oh, sorry, Command Shift V. So it should be right on top. So now if you notice, I'm going to go ahead and switch this to no color in my fill. My cut contour, 0.25. So now it's going to print the color and it's going to cut inside the color. So now I will not have any white showing on my shirt. Okay. So once you have this done, we're going to save this as a PDF. So File, Save As. Make sure it says PDF because the machine understands it, and then label it just like that. So we could do that. This is for the sticker or the t-shirt. They both do the same thing. I hope this helps you, and we'll see you in class.